This 5-second test exposes a narcissist. Stoic mindset. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Lao Tzu. What if there was a simple, powerful question that could help you instantly spot a narcissist and protect yourself from their manipulations? Imagine having the ability to uncover their true nature in just 5 seconds. In today's episode, we'll dive into exactly that: how to use a simple test to reveal a narcissist, the warning signs to watch for, and the steps you can take once you've identified one. I encourage you to apply these principles in your daily life to safeguard your well-being and enhance your personal growth. Have you ever encountered a narcissist? Share your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights on living a stronger, freer life. Number 1. Narcissists' psychology. 1. Narcissists' motives in relationships. Narcissists often present a compelling image of charm and confidence, yet underneath lies a troubling reality. Their relationships rarely stem from genuine care or mutual respect. Instead, they are driven by a relentless need for admiration and validation, making their interactions transactional rather than authentic. They view others not as equals, but as tools to boost their fragile self-esteem, constantly seeking attention yet never feeling satisfied. This endless craving for validation often leaves those around them emotionally drained and unfulfilled, as narcissists are incapable of offering true reciprocity or depth in their relationships. A key challenge in dealing with narcissists is their lack of empathy. Empathy allows people to connect deeply with others, but narcissists struggle to step outside themselves. They approach relationships as opportunities to take rather than give, focusing solely on what they can gain. This creates shallow, one-sided dynamics, with narcissists prioritizing their idealized self-image over genuine connection. Marcus Aurelius observed, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Consumed by self-obsession, narcissists neglect the introspection and growth necessary to build meaningful bonds, perpetuating their emotional isolation. Even when narcissists show emotion, it often serves their agenda. Vulnerability can be feigned to elicit sympathy, and anger used as a weapon to assert dominance. These manipulative tactics give the illusion of intimacy, but ultimately prioritize control over mutual care. Over time, such behavior can destabilize those who engage with narcissists, leaving them feeling used and unfulfilled. This pattern of exploitation prevents narcissists from forming healthy, lasting relationships, even as they crave the connection they cannot sustain. In the modern era, where social media amplifies self-presentation and the pursuit of external validation, narcissistic tendencies can thrive. Platforms designed for connection can become stages for self-aggrandizement, blurring the lines between healthy self-expression and narcissism. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for protecting emotional well-being. Modern Stoicism, with its focus on self-awareness and rationality, offers tools to navigate these challenges. As Epictetus wisely noted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it, that matters." By recognizing the traits of narcissism, setting boundaries, and avoiding entanglements in toxic relationships, we reclaim our peace and prioritize connections that enrich rather than deplete us. Recognizing narcissistic behavior is not about condemnation but self-awareness. By understanding the limitations of narcissists, we manage our expectations and avoid unnecessary frustration. Accepting their inability to form deep connections allows us to engage on our terms, preserving emotional stability. This reflects the Stoic virtue of wisdom, enabling us to act with clarity and intention rather than becoming ensnared in unhealthy dynamics. Modern Stoicism reminds us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and boundaries. Applying these principles fosters meaningful connections while shielding us from draining influences. Narcissists may be trapped in their pursuit of validation, But we are not obligated to meet their endless demands. Instead, we can build relationships rooted in empathy, care, and authenticity, embodying the Stoic ideal of living virtuously. And the lesson is clear. We must safeguard our emotional well-being by discerning the true nature of our relationships. By embracing Stoic wisdom, we can navigate even the most challenging interpersonal dynamics with resilience and grace. This path leads to a life enriched by genuine connections and mutual respect, embodying the timeless values of reason, virtue, and harmony. 2. Narcissists as predators. Narcissists, much like predators in the wild, are experts at identifying and targeting those they perceive as vulnerable or emotionally generous. Their charm and charisma are their bait, designed to lure you in and make you feel seen and valued. Initially, they may seem attentive, caring, and genuinely invested in your well-being, but this is merely a facade, a calculated performance to earn your trust. Once they've drawn you into their orbit, their true intentions emerge. They exploit your emotions, siphoning your energy and admiration to feed their insatiable hunger for attention and validation. You may not notice it at first. Narcissists are masters of manipulation. They twist situations to their advantage, often employing guilt, playing the victim, or creating emotional confusion to ensure their needs are always prioritized over yours. They skillfully create an environment where your boundaries erode, leaving you exhausted, uncertain, and questioning your own perceptions. Imagine someone you trust deeply who begins to subtly shift your focus onto their needs. Maybe they make small comments about how you don't call enough, hinting at how hurt they feel. Over time, these remarks escalate, morphing into demands for constant reassurance or praise. They might even withdraw affection as a way to punish you for perceived slights. A narcissist knows how to manipulate these interactions, and before you know it, you're caught in their web, prioritizing their emotional needs while neglecting your own. Think of a modern story. A successful young entrepreneur named Sarah met a mentor who initially seemed like a godsend. He offered advice, guidance, and encouragement, appearing genuinely invested in her growth. Over time, though, his tone shifted. He began to claim credit for her successes and guilted her for any moments of independence. Whenever Sarah pulled back to focus on her work or personal life, he'd lash out, accusing her of being ungrateful. It took Sarah months to recognize the emotional toll and manipulation she was experiencing. By then, she was drained, second-guessing her abilities and worth. What makes narcissists so dangerous is their disregard for others' humanity. They see people as tools for their gratification, not as individuals with their own emotions or needs. When one person no longer serves their purpose, they move on, leaving emotional devastation in their wake. They lack empathy, and their relentless pursuit of admiration often involves tactics like gaslighting, where they distort reality to make you doubt your perception or outright emotional outbursts meant to destabilize you. They leave you questioning, was it me? Am I the problem? These experiences can be profoundly damaging, leaving scars that take years to heal. How do we guard against such predators? The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our perceptions, actions, and reactions. Recognize the signs of manipulation early and trust your instincts. If someone consistently prioritizes their needs at the expense of yours, it's a red flag. Establish firm boundaries and hold to them. A narcissist thrives where boundaries are weak. When someone tries to twist your reality or use guilt as a weapon, pause and ask yourself, is this true, or is it their narrative? This kind of self-awareness is one of the powerful Stoic secrets to maintaining your inner peace. If you've ever been entangled with a narcissist, reflect on what drew you into their world. Was it their charm? Your own generosity? Awareness is your greatest defense against future harm. And if you're healing from their impact, give yourself grace and time. The scars they leave are real, but with resilience and self-reflection, you can emerge stronger. Ask yourself, How can I strengthen my boundaries? What steps can I take to ensure my well-being remains my priority? The lesson is clear. Value your emotional energy as you would any precious resource. The Stoic mindset encourages us to protect what matters most: our peace, our virtue, and our inner strength. By understanding these Stoic secrets, you empower yourself to recognize toxic behaviors and preserve the serenity that no narcissist can take away. Do you believe you can spot a narcissist in just 5 seconds by observing how they react to your boundaries? Comment yes or no below and share your thoughts. And make sure to watch until the end of the video, because there's a surprising revelation that could change the way you approach these dynamics forever. Number 2. How to spot a narcissist. Scenario 1. When they test your boundaries. Narcissists are master tacticians, adept at probing for weaknesses in your boundaries and testing your resolve. Their methods often seem harmless at first: small favors, offhand comments, or minor intrusions that push personal limits. These actions are far from random. They are calculated attempts to see how much control they can exert over you. If you fail to assert yourself, they escalate, using charm, guilt, or fabricated urgency to manipulate you further. Much like a thief testing a locked door, narcissists seek vulnerabilities in your emotional defenses. Friedrich Nietzsche aptly stated, "He who has a reason to live can bear almost any how," reminding us that a strong sense of purpose is your first defense against manipulation. Recognizing these early signs is empowering, enabling you to reclaim control and protect your well-being. A favored tactic of narcissists is guilt tripping, making you feel responsible for their emotions or needs. They may frame your refusal as selfish, trapping you in a cycle where it seems easier to concede than to confront conflict. However, the Stoics offer a powerful countermeasure. Marcus Aurelius observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By standing firm, you disrupt their manipulative cycle and practice resilience, a Stoic virtue that reinforces your integrity and asserts that your values are non-negotiable. Each act of self-awareness and boundary setting is a personal victory, helping you maintain control over your emotional landscape. Narcissists thrive on the gradual erosion of boundaries, pushing until they feel entitled to your time, energy, and resources. Left unchecked, their demands escalate, much like relentless waves crashing on a shore. In the complexity of modern life, these individuals can infiltrate any area, from family dynamics to professional environments. Modern Stoicism provides clarity, emphasizing that maintaining boundaries is not selfish but essential for a balanced life. Epictetus wisely remarked, "No man is free who is not master of himself." By recognizing their tactics early, you protect your emotional health and foster relationships grounded in mutual respect and authenticity. When a narcissist faces rejection, their reaction often lays bare their true nature. They may sulk, lash out, or double down on emotional manipulation, aiming to break your resolve. However, Stoic philosophy teaches that you are only responsible for your own actions, not the reactions of others. Seneca reminds us, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." Surrounding yourself with relationships rooted in respect rather than control creates a support system that strengthens your resilience. When confronted with manipulation, respond with calm assertiveness, like a deeply rooted tree weathering a storm, steadfast and unyielding. In today's fast-paced world, societal expectations to be agreeable and accommodating often blur the lines of personal autonomy, providing narcissists with opportunities to exploit. They use charm, intimidation, or charisma to seize control, but modern Stoicism equips you to navigate these challenges. Saying no is not an act of defiance, it is a declaration of your self-worth. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Setting boundaries becomes a reflection of your virtues, inspiring others to follow your example while protecting your mental and emotional health. Identifying and countering narcissistic behaviors requires self-awareness and firm boundaries. From a Stoic perspective, this is more than self-defense. It is an exercise in virtuous living. By recognizing manipulation, asserting your limits, and staying true to your principles, you foster a life of authenticity and peace. This Stoic mindset empowers you to protect your well-being, navigate relationships with integrity, and cultivate a fulfilling existence grounded in wisdom and resilience. Scenario 2. When you challenge their lies. Narcissists often construct elaborate lies to protect their idealized self-image, manipulate others, or obscure their mistakes. These lies can range from minor exaggerations to grand deceptions, so convincing they blur the line between reality and fiction. When confronted with their dishonesty, narcissists rarely acknowledge their fault. Instead, they deflect, blame others, or lash out to maintain their facade. One of their most insidious tools is gaslighting, a psychological manipulation tactic designed to make you doubt your perception of reality. For instance, they might deny something that happened or insist you're remembering it wrong, leaving you questioning your own judgment. This tactic is especially potent when combined with their ability to project an air of authority or infallibility. Challenging their lies can escalate the situation, as narcissists may respond with emotional outbursts, intimidation, or playing the victim to shift focus away from their dishonesty and regain control. Protecting yourself in these scenarios requires adopting a Stoic mindset that emphasizes calm detachment and rationality. Narcissists thrive on eliciting emotional reactions, as these give them the power to manipulate the narrative. By remaining composed and steadfast in asserting the truth, you disrupt their attempts to dominate the situation. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This wisdom is central to modern Stoicism, which teaches us to focus on controlling our reactions rather than the actions of others. When dealing with a narcissist, it is crucial not to expect an apology or acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Instead, affirm your own reality and protect your mental clarity by refusing to be drawn into their distortions. In today's world, where misinformation and manipulation are prevalent in personal relationships, workplaces, and online interactions, the ability to navigate these dynamics is a valuable skill. Social media and other platforms often amplify narcissistic tendencies, enabling individuals to craft deceptive personas or narratives for attention and validation. Recognizing and confronting these behaviors without losing your composure is a modern necessity. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This teaching underscores the importance of maintaining emotional equilibrium in the face of dishonesty. By calmly challenging falsehoods and refusing to engage in emotionally charged disputes, you can preserve your integrity and focus on your own truth. It's important to understand that dealing with narcissists is not about seeking to change them or expecting them to take responsibility for their actions. Such efforts are often futile. Instead, your energy is better spent safeguarding your well-being and focusing on what you can control. Modern Stoicism emphasizes this principle, encouraging us to direct our efforts toward our own actions, thoughts, and choices. When confronting a narcissist, your objective should not be to win an argument or secure an admission of guilt. Rather, it's about affirming your perspective and ensuring that their manipulations do not undermine your sense of reality. This approach not only minimizes the emotional toll of their behavior, but also helps you maintain inner peace and confidence in your judgment. Navigating the lies and manipulations of a narcissist demands a delicate balance of assertiveness and detachment. Stoic principles of reason and self-control provide a sturdy foundation for this balance, enabling you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When you choose to remain calm and focused, you reclaim the power they seek to take, preventing their behavior from disrupting your life. As you incorporate these lessons into your interactions, you rise above the chaos of manipulation, fostering a life rooted in authenticity and emotional resilience. Dealing with narcissistic lies is an exercise in maintaining your integrity, and preserving your peace of mind. Modern Stoicism offers practical guidance for navigating these challenges, reminding us that we cannot control others' actions, but we can control our own. By embracing this wisdom, we can confront dishonesty with strength and clarity, ensuring that our lives remain centered on truth, self-respect, and meaningful connections. This path not only equips us to handle narcissistic dynamics but also prepares us to face broader challenges with the resilience and composure that define a Stoic life. Scenario 3. When you refuse to tolerate toxic behavior. Narcissists have an uncanny ability to manipulate and control those around them, often resorting to toxic behaviors to maintain their grip. These actions, ranging from subtle forms of manipulation to outright emotional abuse, are all part of their strategy to dominate relationships and assert their authority. The moment you set boundaries or refuse to tolerate these behaviors, a narcissist sees it as a direct challenge to their power. They are masters of retaliation, often employing tactics like guilt tripping, playing the victim, or launching personal attacks on your character. Their aim? To destabilize you emotionally and make you question your right to protect your well-being. Silent treatments, cutting sarcasm, cold stares, these are all tools in their arsenal to provoke doubt and guilt. By creating this emotional turbulence, they hope to reassert control and undermine your confidence. But here's where the Stoic secrets come into play. It is not their actions, but your response that determines your inner peace. Picture this. A young professional, Alex, starts noticing his manager's controlling behavior. At first it was subtle, sarcastic remarks about Alex's competence and the occasional cold shoulder if Alex didn't stay late. But as Alex began asserting boundaries, refusing to work overtime without reason, the manager escalated, spreading rumors about Alex's dedication and using guilt to manipulate him. Initially, Alex felt cornered and doubted his decisions, but by adopting a Stoic mindset, he shifted his focus from the manager's toxic tactics to his own responses. Instead of reacting emotionally, Alex chose calm detachment. He documented interactions and sought support when necessary. Ultimately, Alex realized that disengaging and finding a healthier work environment was the best choice for his emotional well-being. The question you must ask yourself is this: when faced with toxic behavior, will you allow someone else's actions to dictate your emotional state? Narcissists thrive on drama, on pulling you into their vortex of manipulation, where your reactions fuel their control. But if you refuse to engage, remaining calm, neutral, and detached, you strip them of their power. This is not easy. When they lash out with accusations or deploy silent treatment to punish you, the instinct is to defend yourself or seek resolution. Yet the Stoic approach teaches us that we cannot control others, only how we respond. Why give someone else the reins to your peace of mind? Recognizing these dynamics is the first step to protecting yourself. When a narcissist retaliates against your boundaries, stay grounded in your values and don't let their tactics sway your resolve. Understand that their emotional outbursts and manipulations are not a reflection of you, but of their own insecurities. The best way to handle such behavior is through disengagement. If their actions cross into intolerable territory, distancing yourself may be necessary, whether that means limiting interactions or removing them from your life entirely. Protecting your emotional health is not just an option, it is essential. How can you apply these Stoic secrets in your daily life? Start by evaluating your relationships. Are there people who constantly push your boundaries, leaving you drained and questioning yourself? Reflect on whether these dynamics are worth your energy. Next, practice detachment, not as a form of withdrawal, but as a way to maintain your peace. When confronted with manipulation or anger, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this worth my emotional investment? Finally, don't hesitate to seek help or guidance if disengagement feels daunting. True strength is knowing when to step back to safeguard your well-being. The key lesson here is clear. You are not responsible for managing someone else's emotions, especially if those emotions are wielded as weapons. By refusing to engage with toxic behaviors, You reclaim your power and protect your peace. Narcissists may attempt to provoke, but their ability to control you dissolves the moment you prioritize your inner stability over their external chaos. In doing so, you embody the essence of Stoic secrets, mastering your mind and emotions despite life's provocations. So ask yourself, what boundaries will you set today to preserve your emotional freedom? Scenario 4. When a narcissist is drawn to your empathy. Narcissists are often magnetically drawn to empathetic and compassionate individuals, perceiving these virtues not as admirable traits, but as tools to exploit. Your kindness, understanding, and emotional intelligence become sources of narcissistic supply, fuel for their need for attention, validation, and control. They frequently present themselves as victims, weaving stories of hardship or injustice to appeal to your compassionate nature, drawing you into their web of emotional manipulation. Once they secure your attention, their true motives surface. They drain your emotional energy while offering little to nothing in return. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, emphasizing the need to guard your mind and heart from influences that can corrode your emotional balance. The narcissist's goal is not mutual connection, but a one-sided extraction of your empathy to bolster their ego. These manipulative individuals often target emotionally intelligent and empathetic people because they recognize the deep well of care such individuals can provide. However, instead of appreciating this generosity, narcissists often harbor a covert resentment. Your emotional depth serves as a mirror reflecting their lack of genuine connection, which they may interpret as a threat. This resentment can quickly turn toxic, manifesting as jealousy or undermining behaviors. Narcissists may attempt to diminish your emotional well-being, subtly or overtly criticizing your sensitivity and kindness to elevate their fragile sense of superiority. Seneca's timeless wisdom, "You must live for others if you wish to live for yourself," highlights the balance required in relationships, giving without losing oneself to those who do not reciprocate care. In extreme cases, a narcissist may go further, weaponizing your empathy against you by inducing guilt over your capacity for love and connection. They highlight your ability to connect with others as a contrast to their own deficiencies, framing it as a flaw rather than a strength. This tactic serves to destabilize your confidence, making you question the very virtues that define your character. But here, modern Stoicism provides an essential lifeline. Epictetus advises, "Keep your will in line with nature," a reminder that your empathy is a natural and powerful gift, but it must be wielded wisely. Your compassion should serve to uplift, not to entangle you in cycles of emotional depletion orchestrated by someone incapable of offering reciprocal care. In today's interconnected world, where kindness is often undervalued, the pressure to help and support others can blur the lines between altruism and self-sacrifice. Narcissists exploit this modern tendency, casting themselves as perpetual victims or misunderstood figures in need of saving. Yet the teachings of modern Stoicism emphasize the importance of setting boundaries to protect your emotional health. Recognize that saying no to manipulation is not a rejection of your compassionate nature, but a preservation of its integrity. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By establishing firm boundaries, you transform your empathy into a source of strength rather than vulnerability. To safeguard your emotional well-being, it is vital to remain vigilant against the narcissist's manipulative patterns. Your empathy is not a flaw to be exploited. It is a testament to your humanity and resilience. However, like any strength, it must be guarded and directed toward relationships that nurture and respect mutual care. Cultivating a Stoic mindset can help you navigate these challenges with clarity and poise. By practicing self-awareness and adhering to principles of modern Stoicism, you empower yourself to recognize manipulation, assert your boundaries, and channel your compassion into relationships that enrich your life. In doing so, You honor your own emotional depth while maintaining the balance needed to thrive. Scenario 5. When a narcissist exploits your trust. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, adept at earning your trust through charm and calculated gestures of goodwill. They have a knack for making you feel seen, valued, and even special, but beneath this veneer lies a calculated plan to exploit your kindness and generosity. Once they have secured your trust, they begin to leverage it for their own benefit, whether it's financial resources, emotional support, or access to your social connections. Narcissists view relationships not as partnerships rooted in mutual respect, but as one-sided opportunities to extract as much as they can from others. They may begin with subtle demands, appealing to your empathy or making you feel guilty for saying no, and as their hold over you grows, their manipulations often escalate. They may use guilt-tripping, passive aggressiveness, or even overt threats to maintain control and ensure their needs are met. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and a narcissist's self-serving nature colors every relationship, leaving little room for genuine reciprocity or respect. One of the most troubling aspects of this dynamic is how narcissists target compassionate and generous individuals. They instinctively recognize those who are more inclined to give without question, and they exploit these qualities ruthlessly. Such individuals often find themselves drawn into cycles of giving and forgiving, believing that their efforts will foster a stronger bond, only to realize too late that the narcissist's actions are driven solely by self-interest. Once the narcissist has drained their target of emotional energy, financial support, or social goodwill, they often discard the relationship without hesitation, leaving their victim feeling used, betrayed, and deeply hurt. As Seneca wisely observed, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This highlights the importance of not allowing the emotional wounds inflicted by a narcissist to define your sense of self or dictate your future relationships. In modern life, where social interactions often blur the boundaries between authenticity and performance, spotting these manipulative behaviors early is essential. Modern Stoicism provides a practical framework for identifying such exploitation and protecting yourself from it. Philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, our boundaries, choices, and responses, while letting go of what lies beyond our influence. By recognizing the early warning signs of a narcissist's exploitation, such as excessive flattery, disproportionate requests, or subtle guilt-tripping, we can take proactive steps to maintain our autonomy. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and reciprocity, not on guilt or manipulation. Epictetus reminds us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Establishing and enforcing boundaries is one of the most powerful tools you have to safeguard your well-being against narcissistic exploitation. Boundaries signal to the narcissist that their manipulative tactics will not work, and they protect your emotional and physical resources from being drained. This might mean learning to say no without guilt, or resisting the urge to justify your decisions, as doing so only gives the narcissist an opening to manipulate further. In this way, modern Stoicism serves as a guide, reminding us that self-respect and inner peace must take precedence over the approval or validation of others. When you stand firm in your principles, you not only protect yourself from exploitation, but also model the kind of integrity and resilience that leads to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Navigating a relationship with a narcissist requires vigilance, self-awareness, and the courage to prioritize your own well-being. It's important to remember that trust is a gift that should be earned through consistent, respectful behavior, not coerced through flattery or manipulation. When you recognize the warning signs and respond with calm resolve, you deprive the narcissist of their power over you. By embracing the teachings of modern Stoicism, you gain the clarity and strength needed to protect yourself from harm while fostering a life centered on authenticity, respect, and genuine connection. This path not only shields you from exploitation, but also helps you cultivate relationships that are truly reciprocal and enriching, aligned with the timeless Stoic virtues of reason, resilience, and self-control. Which scenario do you find most challenging when dealing with narcissists? 1. When they test your boundaries. 2. When they challenge your perceptions with lies. 3. When you refuse to tolerate toxic behavior. 4. When they are drawn to your empathy. 5. When they take advantage of your trust. Comment 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 and share your thoughts. And don't foe. Number 3. How to protect yourself. 1. The importance of boundaries and reactions. Protecting yourself from narcissistic behavior starts with mastering 2 essential skills: setting boundaries and controlling your reactions. Narcissists thrive on testing limits, searching for weak spots they can exploit to manipulate and dominate. When you lack firm boundaries, you unintentionally give them the space to control your emotions, decisions, and even your self-worth. But let me be clear. Setting boundaries isn't about being rude or confrontational. It's about respecting yourself enough to protect your mental and emotional health. When you assertively say no, or define clear lines for how you wish to be treated, you send a powerful message that manipulative behavior will not be tolerated. However, narcissists are persistent. They'll use guilt, anxiety, or even outright aggression to make you second-guess these boundaries. This is why consistency is key. Once you set a limit, you must uphold it, no matter how the narcissist reacts. Picture this. A young woman named Mia worked tirelessly at her job, but her colleague Sam always found a way to pass his tasks on to her, claiming he was overwhelmed. At first, Mia helped out, believing she was being a team player. Over time, though, Sam's demands grew unreasonable. He'd guilt her, saying, "You're the only one I can rely on," or use flattery to coerce her. Mia felt drained and began resenting the dynamic, but each time she tried to pull back, Sam would escalate, acting hurt or accusing her of not being a good coworker. Finally, Mia decided enough was enough. Using what we might call one of the Stoic secrets of emotional resilience, she calmly but firmly said, "I understand you're busy, but I have my own responsibilities to manage. I won't be able to take on your work anymore." Predictably, Sam didn't take it well. He tried to guilt her, but Mia stood her ground. Over time, his attempts to exploit her diminished as she stayed consistent in upholding her boundaries. The truth is, setting boundaries is only half the battle. Controlling your emotional reactions is just as important. Narcissists often provoke guilt, shame, or anxiety to destabilize you. They want to draw you into conflict because your emotional response feeds their need for control. When you practice staying calm and detached, you strip away their power. Imagine having a boundary script prepared for situations that typically catch you off guard, such as calmly saying, "I'm not available right now," when someone tries to impose on your time. This not only reinforces your boundaries but also denies the narcissist the drama they crave. A key takeaway here is to trust your instincts. If something feels off, if someone repeatedly disregards your boundaries or tries to make you feel responsible for their emotions, listen to that inner voice. Your intuition is often your greatest ally in recognizing manipulative behavior. Don't ignore red flags because of guilt or fear. Narcissists will often escalate their tactics when they sense their control slipping, but this is where your resolve must be strongest. Remember, their negative reactions are not a reflection of your actions, but rather a sign that your boundaries are working. How can you apply these lessons in your own life? Start by identifying areas where your boundaries feel weak or where you've allowed others to push you too far. Practice saying no without hesitation or apology, and rehearse staying calm when your boundaries are tested. Remind yourself that your emotional energy is precious, far too valuable to be squandered on someone who seeks to drain it for their own gain. When you encounter resistance, as you inevitably will, take a deep breath and anchor yourself in the knowledge that protecting your peace is not selfish. It's necessary. The final message is simple but profound. Your mental and emotional well-being are priceless. By asserting your boundaries and maintaining control over your reactions, You not only protect yourself from narcissistic influence but also reclaim your power. The Stoic secrets to navigating these challenges lie in self-respect, consistency, and emotional detachment. Ask yourself, are you ready to prioritize your peace of mind and take back control of your life? If the answer is yes, the first step is yours to take. 2. Understanding tactics and avoiding manipulation. Narcissists are adept manipulators who wield a range of emotional tactics to control and exploit others, often targeting vulnerabilities to achieve their goals. Their arsenal includes guilt tripping, where they make you feel responsible for their emotions as well as twisting the truth to create confusion and erode your confidence. One of their most common strategies is love bombing, a calculated approach in which they shower you with excessive affection, praise, and attention to disarm your defenses and win your trust. While this might initially feel genuine, it is often a facade designed to manipulate you for their benefit. Once trust is established, they may transition into gaslighting, a tactic where they distort reality, saying things like, "You're remembering it wrong," or "That never happened," to make you question your thoughts and feelings. Recognizing these behaviors is crucial for self-protection. As Marcus Aurelius advises, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Another insidious tactic employed by narcissists is triangulation, where they create division and conflict between you and others, often by spreading rumors or speaking negatively about someone else to you. This serves to isolate you while bolstering their control over your emotions. Narcissists also rely heavily on projection, accusing you of the very flaws they harbor. If they are dishonest, they may accuse you of untrustworthiness, shifting focus from their own shortcomings. Beyond these tactics, they frequently attempt to isolate you from friends and family, perceiving your independent relationships as a threat to their influence. Isolation allows them to exert greater control, turning you into their primary source of emotional validation. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," reinforcing the importance of maintaining your composure and clarity when faced with such manipulative behaviors. Narcissists thrive on constant attention, often using emotional blackmail to monopolize your time and energy, making you feel guilty for prioritizing yourself or others. They may shift blame onto you for their own actions, creating a cycle of self-doubt and defensiveness that leaves you emotionally drained. To counteract these tactics, it is vital to maintain a strong sense of reality and remain grounded in your truth. Modern Stoicism emphasizes the need to cultivate inner strength and self-awareness, enabling you to identify manipulation without succumbing to it. Keeping a mental or written log of interactions can help you identify patterns in their behavior, allowing you to anticipate and resist their attempts to destabilize you. In the context of modern life, where relationships are often complex and nuanced, these manipulative tactics can appear subtle and challenging to detect. Yet, the principles of modern Stoicism provide invaluable tools to navigate such challenges. Practicing self-reflection and emotional detachment helps you separate their behavior from your self-worth. As Seneca advises, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." By prioritizing the quality of your relationships over their longevity, you empower yourself to disengage from toxic dynamics that compromise your well-being. To protect yourself from narcissistic manipulation, it is essential to set clear boundaries and remain steadfast in your decisions. Narcissists will often try to test these boundaries, but your ability to stay firm reinforces your autonomy and self-respect. It is equally important to remember that you are not responsible for their emotions or behaviors. Their attempts to project blame or guilt onto you reflect their insecurities, not your worth. By cultivating resilience and clarity, you can counter their tactics with poise and composure, staying anchored in your values and truth. In doing so, you exemplify the Stoic mindset, fostering inner peace and emotional independence while navigating the challenges of relationships with grace and integrity. 3. Developing emotional detachment. Developing emotional detachment is a critical skill in managing relationships with narcissists, particularly in today's world, where emotional manipulation is increasingly common. The first step is understanding that narcissistic behavior is not a personal attack. At the heart of narcissism is profound insecurity and a need to control others. Their actions are driven by their own emotional turmoil and desire for power, not by anything you have done. Recognizing this is key, as narcissists rely on your emotional reactions to manipulate you. By practicing mindfulness and increasing self-awareness, you can emotionally detach from their behavior. This allows you to observe their actions without letting them affect your own emotions. Modern Stoicism teaches us to accept what is beyond our control while remaining calm in adversity. By responding mindfully rather than reacting impulsively, you protect yourself from being swept up in their attempts to provoke you. Emotional detachment does not mean indifference. It's about separating your feelings from the narcissists. You are not responsible for their emotional turmoil or their need for validation. This mental boundary helps you avoid becoming trapped in their emotional chaos. Narcissists often provoke outbursts or use silent treatments as a means to manipulate you into seeking their approval. Understanding that their emotional instability reflects their own struggles, not your worth, allows you to resist their manipulations. Using techniques like deep breathing or visualization can help you stay calm and regain control when they try to provoke you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Narcissists aim to provoke strong emotional reactions, but you hold the power to decide how you respond. Creating mental boundaries is a practical way to maintain emotional detachment when dealing with a narcissist. This doesn't mean avoiding confrontation, but it does involve being mindful of how you respond. Remind yourself that their behavior reflects their struggles, not your values. One effective method is setting a clear internal boundary to remind yourself not to engage with their behavior. This reduces your vulnerability to their emotional tactics, such as the silent treatment, which is often used to draw you into their emotional drama. By remaining detached, you no longer feel compelled to seek their approval. Your sense of self-worth becomes rooted in your own beliefs, not in their fluctuating opinions. Emotional detachment is not a heartless response, but a strategic choice to protect your emotional well-being. In a world where external validation can easily overwhelm us, modern Stoicism offers clarity. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Detaching from the emotional drama of narcissists allows you to see situations more clearly, making decisions based on logic and reason rather than emotional impulses. This strengthens your ability to manage your emotions, providing a sense of calm and confidence in difficult situations. Developing emotional detachment when dealing with narcissists is an effective way to protect your peace of mind. It allows you to rise above their emotional manipulation by understanding that their behavior stems from their insecurities, not your actions. Emotional detachment is not about becoming cold or indifferent, but about recognizing that you cannot control their behavior, only your own responses. By practicing mindfulness, setting boundaries, and maintaining a sense of self-awareness, you can avoid falling into their emotional traps. This practice aligns with the principles of modern Stoicism, which focus on controlling what we can, our thoughts, actions, and responses, while letting go of what is beyond our control. By embracing this mindset, you reclaim your emotional power and free yourself from narcissistic manipulation. As Seneca wisely put it, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," and by detaching emotionally, you can free yourself from unnecessary suffering caused by others' projections. If you've ever felt drained or manipulated by someone, especially a narcissist, drop a quick yes in the comments. Setting boundaries and controlling your reactions is key to protecting yourself, and it's a game changer. But wait, stay tuned until the end of the video, because the last 2 tips will surprise you and bring even more power to your emotional resilience. Trust me, you won't want to miss them. 4. Building a support system. Navigating relationships, whether personal or professional, can be challenging. Many people find themselves dealing with narcissistic behavior at some point, which can slowly erode your confidence, distort your reality, and drain your emotional energy. It often feels like you're stuck in a fog, constantly doubting yourself. However, a powerful way to protect yourself from the emotional toll of narcissistic abuse is to build a strong support system. This is one of the most effective ways to shield yourself from the lasting effects of emotional manipulation. When dealing with a narcissist, whether it's a partner, family member, or colleague, having a network of supportive individuals is crucial. Narcissists often try to isolate their victims by severing connections with people who could offer an outside perspective. This isolation ensures that their manipulative behavior goes unchecked. If you're isolated, you may begin to question your own perceptions, making it easier for the narcissist to continue their manipulation. This is why it's so important to maintain meaningful relationships with people who have your best interests at heart. Your support system acts as a lifeline, helping you see a narcissist's behavior clearly and providing clarity when you're confused. Think of it as having a team to back you up in a battle. You need people who can see things objectively, support you, and help protect your well-being when manipulation clouds your judgment. However, it's essential to be cautious about who you trust with your personal struggles. Narcissists are skilled at charming others and may manipulate people in your circle. Surround yourself with people who demonstrate loyalty, empathy, and wisdom, whether they're family, close friends, or a therapist. These individuals can offer guidance when you're feeling lost or overwhelmed. A therapist can be especially helpful. They not only provide emotional support, but also teach you how to set healthy boundaries and build resilience. The Stoic approach, which emphasizes maintaining inner peace and focusing on what you can control, can be incredibly useful when dealing with narcissistic abuse. Setting boundaries is crucial, as narcissists often push limits and manipulate others. Ensuring your support network understands your situation allows them to offer the most effective help. Additionally, seeking out communities of people who have experienced narcissistic abuse can provide empathy and support. These groups offer practical advice and strategies, helping you feel less isolated. With their guidance, you can gain insight into narcissistic behavior and find healing. Your support system is essential in recognizing the signs of narcissistic abuse. They can help you identify harmful behaviors you might not notice. Surrounding yourself with those who respect your boundaries and lift you up is not just a defensive strategy, it's a proactive one. By strengthening your support network and setting boundaries, you can navigate the challenges of narcissistic behavior and protect your emotional health. The Stoic secrets of inner peace and resilience come from facing challenges with a clear mind, supported by a solid network of trusted individuals. Take the steps today to build your support system and claim the emotional freedom and peace you deserve. 5. Practicing self-care and healing. Dealing with a narcissist can be emotionally exhausting and mentally draining. Their manipulative behavior often leads you to question your worth and undermines your sense of identity. During these times, self-care is not just a luxury, but a critical tool for regaining emotional strength. One key step in the healing process is setting aside time for yourself. This can mean pursuing hobbies you enjoy, taking walks in nature, or simply engaging in calming activities. These moments of peace help you reconnect with your true self and offer the clarity needed to recover. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By choosing activities that uplift you, you can start to distance yourself from the toxicity of narcissism and embrace a mindset of healing. Gratitude is another powerful tool in this process. Narcissistic abuse often leaves you feeling unworthy and unloved. But by focusing on what you're thankful for, you begin to shift your perspective. Gratitude helps you move from negativity to positivity, enabling you to recognize the moments of beauty and light in your life. It's about valuing yourself, your growth, and your resilience. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. How you respond to your challenges, including practicing gratitude, plays a critical role in your healing. Journaling, meditating, or simply reflecting in quiet moments can help process emotions and begin the release of trauma. Letting go of self-blame is also essential for healing. Narcissists are experts at making you feel as though everything is your fault. But it's important to remember that their actions stem from their own insecurities, not from anything you've done. As Seneca noted, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The guilt you feel is often a result of emotional manipulation, not your fault. Recognizing this is crucial for reclaiming your sense of self and healing. Another important step in self-care is surrounding yourself with positive influences. Narcissistic abuse can leave you feeling isolated, so connecting with supportive friends, family, or a therapist is essential. These relationships remind you that you deserve love and respect. Additionally, minimizing contact with the narcissist during recovery can be vital. Whether through a no-contact or low-contact policy, distancing yourself from toxic individuals allows you to regain your mental and emotional strength. As the Stoics teach, focusing on what's within your control is key, and limiting toxic relationships is a powerful form of self-preservation. Healing is a journey, not a race. Recovery from narcissistic abuse takes time, and seeking professional help when needed is important. Therapy can offer valuable tools for rebuilding your self-worth. Be patient with yourself, and remember that your value isn't defined by how a narcissist treats you. Over time, your confidence and self-esteem will grow again. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to neglect emotional well-being in favor of external achievements. Modern Stoicism, however, teaches us to prioritize inner peace. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we can find healing and regain strength. This process of self-care and healing isn't a quick fix, but a lifelong commitment to emotional well-being. While healing may not be linear and setbacks are inevitable, continuing to practice gratitude, prioritize self-care, and cultivate positive relationships will help you navigate life beyond narcissistic abuse. Embracing a modern Stoic mindset will empower you to value inner peace, resilience, and self-compassion above all. As we wrap up today's video on this 5-second test exposes a narcissist, I encourage you to start applying these principles in your daily life. By staying firm in your boundaries and practicing emotional detachment, you can protect yourself from manipulation and build stronger, healthier relationships. Personal growth and happiness are within your control, and with patience, you can break free from toxic cycles. I'd love to hear how you're using these strategies in your own life. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts or experiences. Let's continue this conversation and learn from each other. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more tools to help you live a stronger, freer life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.